But anyway, what I've got here is I've got approximately 500 milliliters of used copper chloride, and I'm going to use electrolysis on this to recover the copper out of it. This is fully depleted. It won't absorb any more copper, so I've got to get the copper back out of it. So literally all we're going to do is turn this on, and I'm just going to turn it on to about 2 volts, which is giving me about a half an amp. And see if I can show you what's going on here. This area will start smelling like chlorine very quickly, because what's happening is on the positive electrode over here we've got chlorine gas forming. On the negative, it's plating out the copper. So you can see a little bit of the copper plating out there. So this chlorine gas, so you do not want to sit here and inhale a bunch of it. So I will be turning on the fume hood momentarily here. And chlorine gas is heavier than air, so I'm going to bring this down so that it extracts as much of it as possible here. And go ahead and kick my fan on. Oh, wrong one. That's the hot plate. There we go. So I'm going to let this run for a while, and I'm going to throw this. Well, I'm just going to let this run, and I think the first time that I did it, it took probably, after about 6 hours, it was the liquid had gotten very clear. Right now you can see it's very dark, and it will progressively get lighter and lighter as the copper is pulled out of the solution and is reformed into metallic copper. And like I said, the chlorine is being released. Although I probably had it at a higher setting at that point, so we'll see how long this takes. I'm going to let the camera run here. I may have to go and get a direct feed for my camera power supply. But I'm going to close these doors and let everything run. Okay? I'll come back later. I'm going to shut this off for now. We got pretty good separation. There's still more in it, but I'm going to actually remove the copper that's in there and have a look at that. as you can see, we've got good copper on the cathode there. The anode does not really deplete. And no, this is not clean copper by any way, shape, or form. I knocked off most of the copper from the cathode. Let's filter off the rest of this as well. Here, just doing a gravity filter on this. That filters. Over here, I'm going to take this copper solution. This is what I'm running into. I just poured what should be distilled water in that, and it does that. That's frustrating. And that looks like chlorides in some form or fashion coming out of solution there as soon as I dump that water in. And there should be no chlorine in it. And there should be tons of chlorides in it because it's copper chloride, but I just don't understand why it's doing this. But we're going to try and continue with it. We'll see if I get anything out of this. This has got cotton balls in it that I used to filter out the solution before, so I'm trying to get them to release at least as much of the solution as I can. some material left in here. Oh, that's right. This is this had a little bit of copper in it from one of my first tries at this as well. I'm going to set this solution up and we'll see if we can get anything out of this. We are generating gas, so copper we got from that first batch. So all of this is copper. This needs to be dried out and then I can melt it. Some of it comes through, you know, pretty good chunks, but some of it comes in as, you know, just pretty much powder. Falls off as it's plating on the cathode. So we'll let this one run now, and I'm going to throw you back on time lapse. And we'll keep an eye on that one. Again, running about 2 amps, 4.5 volts, 4.25 volts. So not a high power draw. Producing what looks to be like a good amount of chlorine gas. So I'm assuming the plating has started again as well. Continuing these experiments. So the solution that I just decanted off and filtered out, I will reprocess that again until it stops plating out copper. I just wanted to see what I had gotten from this first batch here. So I'm going to convert you back over to time lapse now. Okay, this batch of liquid is coming along pretty good. You can see huge mass of copper just fell off. I'm just going to switch it over to this other one. Back to the original here. Maybe some more filter papers. switch you guys back. Well, filtering is going slow. After filtering, this is what this solution looks like. Got a little bit more filtering out over here, but it looks like it's going to be even paler. So I'm going to put you back on time lapse to watch this bottle, this beaker now. I have no idea if the camera was on or not. So I'm filtering the liquid now. It looks like I'm probably going to have about 1,000 milliliters of liquid once I'm done here. But I'm reusing the same filter that I did from the last filtration, so it's going to go slow and collect all the copper that's currently in this liquid. So I'm going to throw it back onto a time lapse now, and we can watch the filtration. Okay, so this is finished filtering, and you can see kind of a little bit of copper in there. This liquid's now looking rather dark again, so it's not horrible. So I'll probably set it up to plate out some more tomorrow or the following day. I'm going to have a lot of the stuff to plate out. But yeah, I mean, that copper looks pretty good. Probably got, like I said, probably about a ½ ounce or so in there. And we'll get more out as we go. Okay, so that's where I'm going to call it a day here. Have a good one, guys.